Get up. Good morning. Good morning, Barbados. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, morning, morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, Barbados. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, Barbados. Good morning. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Morning to you.
Hello everyone. Hello. Good morning. How do you do? Welcome to Thursday the 30th, no, not yet, the 28th of May, 2026. It feels almost as if we've come to the end of the month, but we're not yet there. But it's the 28th of May. It's a Thursday. We say to all of you, good morning. How do you do? We wish you a terrific today, and we hope that you make the most of it indeed. Remember always the two greatest commandments given to us by our God, our Creator. Love God and love your neighbor as you love yourself. The two greatest indeed. You do that well and you live a good life. And so I want to encourage you today to remember others and not just focus on self alone. We are living in a community of people of like mind, in some instances not so like mind, but nonetheless they are lovingly created by God. And so respect for oneself, respect for others is absolutely critical. So good morning. Thank you for joining us on our streams on Facebook, YouTube, and our website, cbc.bb. To all of you, we could say good morning as well. Share the show, share the love, comment. Yes, we don't mind at all, but comment with us as well. We love to read your comments, your engagement with what we do as well. And I always encourage you, as you know, every single morning, if you know of something or someone with a story to tell us about it. And you can do so very simply by pointing us in the direction via an email. Contact the show by email. That email address is right there on your screen. It's morninbarbados@cbc.bb. morninbarbados@cbc.bb. We thank you for doing so. There's a lot to get to today, and so it's Thursday. Today we're going to the Briar Hall playing field, I believe it is. We're going for Q in the community today. Remember, listen to Q 100.7 FM. They'll tell you exactly where it is today so that you do not miss a beat, literally, as you enjoy your serving of Q in the community every single week. But there's a lot happening as we're in the season of emancipation, and smack dab within that is a crop over season as well. As you know, it's our sweetest summer festival. I want to encourage you to get out there and to enjoy all that the festival obtains. We have been encouraging people to stop over for crop over, and they've been doing so. So as you watch us, you'll get a taste of what the season is unfolding, how it is unfolding as well. And so don't miss it right here on Morning Barbados, but continue listening to our radio stations as well. We have 3 radio stations providing you with everything around the festival. So we encourage you to continue listening to 98.1, the one for the party vibe, and also to 94.7 FM, the sound of the festival, Vibe 94.7, and of course Q 100.7 FM for the classic, all the classics, all the social commentary, all the talking around the festival as well. So we're looking forward to your continued engagement. What are human rights? And do they matter to you? There is a national survey being conducted in Barbados to get your views on this, to get a sense of where you stand on it. And so we'll delve a little bit deeper on that when Barbados Human Rights Commission, the very first, Eiffel, joins us in just a little while on Morning Barbados. We'll also be tackling mental health challenges among our young people, and we want to be able to intervene before those challenges get out of hand. But how do we do so? We'll be sitting with a psychiatrist who will help us to be able to map that out. Disrupting the narrative is the intention and the purpose behind an upcoming art exhibition which launches shortly. And so we'd want to hear from you how you can be a part of this. What is it you're seeking to disrupt? And how can you reshape the narrative around so much? It's also important within the season of emancipation. The Division of Youth Affairs is coming to a community near you. We'll tell you why, where, when, and what you're expected to engage with in just a little while. We'll also meet and celebrate with the champions of the Under-19 Norseka Boys Continental Volleyball Competition. And guess what? They're from Barbados. So we can't wait to sit with the coach and others from the team as well. We'll meet a young lady who is 21 years old, who is licensed to fly. But has she met her full peak altitude? She'll join us this morning as we celebrate with her all of her rising achievements. And there is a week looking at mixed martial arts, the sport. We'll talk to you a little bit more about that when the organizers sit with us as well. So we'll take a break here. We're coming right back and get right into understanding human rights and getting ready for the national survey right after this.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
We the best music.
Are you ready to turn it all the way up? We make you feel good. Your #1 party station. Non-stop hits and the latest trends in music, fashion, and everything lit. Hit us up on socials at 981 Barbados on IG and 98.1 The One on Facebook. This is your world, your playlist, your station. 98.1 The One.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb, and together we will travel the world.
This is where Barbadian football lives. Every Monday from 8:03 p.m., step onto the touchline. A 30-minute show featuring the BFA Premier League. Join Anmar Goodrich Boyce and Damien Best as they review the action, the goals, the grit, the glory, and the stories shaping the league. From kickoff to the final whistle, this is your front row seat to Monday Night Football. Touchline, bringing you closer to the BFA Premier League. See you on the Touchline, live on TV8.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
We're 9 minutes now after 6 o'clock this Thursday morning. Barbados has its very first Human Rights Commissioner. That very first Human Rights Commissioner in Barbados is the Most Honourable Carrie-Ann Eiffel. And so we're sitting with her this morning because we want to look at an upcoming survey, a survey that is going to require all of us to participate. And so to you, Most Honourable Carrie-Ann Eiffel, good morning.
Good morning, Pearson.
It is wonderful to see you again.
Lovely to see you too.
All right, so let's talk a little bit first about the office you hold and what are some of the responsibilities you have.
Well, on the 1st of December last year, we set up the Barbados Human Rights Commission. And as you said, I'm the first Human Rights Commissioner, just in time for International Day of Human Rights, celebrated on the 10th of December. And the main focus of our office is to establish a national human rights institution that reflects who we are. So public education, treaty compliance, complaints, those kinds of things are what we're going to be looking at when we're fully franchised and set up.
And so you're setting the benchmark now in a sense. You're trying to understand the lay of the land and thus the survey.
Exactly.
What is it designed to capture?
Well, we cannot effectively address issues affecting people if we don't first listen. We need to understand what Barbadians, what people living here know about, understand about, want to share about human rights. What are the biggest issues? What are their priority concerns? What do they think we should be looking at as a country? And you know, us Barbadians, we have lots of opinions on many things, and that's what we want to hear from. And that, hence why the national survey.
And so, but is it required to align with any other international requirements? Are there certain things that organizations from abroad are also observing about our practice or way of life in Barbados?
Well, let's back it up a bit. So Barbados has signed on to 6 of the 9 core treaties under the United Nations. There are other international treaties as well under the Organization of American States and so on. But that is not what's driving this. We signed on to some of them since the 1960s, so that's nothing new. We've had discussions about what they impact, children's rights, people with disabilities. So we've got a whole host of other ones, our civil and political rights. So those have been looked at for ages. The Universal Periodic Review is undertaken by the United Nations, and every country under the UN is subject to the Universal Periodic Review. Every 4 years it comes up, it looks at what is going on in your country and gives you recommendations about ways to improve. We are now about to approach the 5th cycle, so that's not new. But one of the recommendations that we've been working on for a time here in Barbados is establishing our National Human Rights Institution. That's one of the things that they've suggested that we needed to do, and along with a whole host of others. But that is one of the reasons, but that's not the main focus. We live in a society where we often talk about, I have a right to do this, but do we truly understand what that is? Do we know what our legislation protects? Do we know what it is to, you know, appreciate the rights of our fellow citizens? And so, hence, that's the work of the Human Rights Commission.
Right. And so how is this survey, how will it be conducted?
So the survey is going to be done house to house. It's only a sample survey because we can't do the entire country. And there's going to be an online component as well because we want to get the views of the diaspora, those persons that we may not get out to. It's going to be conducted by our consultant, Professor Dwayne Devonish. He's leading the charge on this. His enumerators will be out in the field, going house to house, talking to people. It's not a long survey. It's not an intrusive survey. We don't want to know your business. We want to know what you think. We want to know what you feel and understand about human rights. So it's more about what is it you want to see going on in Barbados. That kind of thing. So the enumerators will be out in the field. They will be carrying their national identification as well as an authorized letter so that people know. And of course, you can call the Human Rights Commission to say, do you have somebody coming out? Is this person legit? Is Mr. Pearson Boyne coming out with you, or is he just trying to get in my house to steal my mangoes or something?
What a scenario. But nonetheless, to be safe. To be safe,
yes, of course.
And so you're capturing information about my feelings, my views, and are there broad categories generally that you're approaching, like life, liberty, security, those kinds of things?
Well, yeah. We want to understand what are the barriers people face in their daily life. What, you know, human rights are not abstract. They're not way out there concepts. Sometimes when we think about human rights, we think about the violations that we hear about and we see about in the news and stuff like that. That's not what we're talking about here. We are talking about what you know. They influence people's ability to access education, employment, healthcare, justice, housing, and a host of other things. You know, it impacts our community life. So we want everybody to participate. We want to know the residents who are older, the younger ones. We want to understand what migrants who live here feel about Barbados. We want to know what people with disabilities are experiencing, what different faith-based entities and their representatives, how are they interacting with the community. So that's what the Commission wants to hear from the people of Barbados. We want to know about, what do you know about human rights? What are human rights in your view? What are the priority areas you think the Commission should be looking at? Because This survey is going to inform the policy. It's going to inform the legislation that we come up with. Those are two of my primary mandates for the first year. And so we want to know, you can't make policy to govern people's lives without hearing from people. And so that's what this is all about. So it is voluntary, of course, but I want to encourage people to say what you think. It's for the women, the men, the migrants, the older, the younger, the children, everybody to get in. Well, when I say children, we are interviewing people 18 years and older.
Right.
But, you know, we still want to get a sense of what society thinks children's rights are and how they want them to be protected.
It's not intrusive, and of course, you know, if you feel uncomfortable with someone presenting themselves to your door and you question their certification, then you call the commission and get some clarity on who this individual is and the legitimate process by which they're engaged. One of the things I know of with which you're concerned is rights-based banking.
Ah, yes.
Is that going to be built into the survey as well? Because I know there are people who feel alienated as a consequence of some of the policies and of the positions held by banking and other financial institutions.
Well, we want to hear about everything. If that is what is impacting your life right now, then certainly, because you have the right to a secure financial future. You have the right to bank. You have the right to anything surrounding finance. If you're having money placed on your account, you have the right to determine who accesses that account and how you access it. So definitely we want to hear about that as well.
So there's a lot happening. When does the survey start and when does it conclude?
So it's a very short survey. So like I said, we're not touching the whole of Barbados. We start on the 5th of June and run to the 20th of June. Of course, there are going to be other components. So you're going to be hearing from us again about stakeholder consultations and focus groups and stuff. But the survey is the first dip in the waters to take the temperature of what Barbados is feeling about human rights.
And this, folks, is all designed to be able to influence policy and legislation.
Definitely.
In the office of the Human Rights Commissioner. And so your participation is absolutely critical. It's creating a benchmark. It's never been done before, but it's creating the benchmark upon which we can now have all sorts of other programs flow. And so your participation is so vital. If your child is 18 years old or older, encourage them to be a part. When the folks who are gathering the data arrive at your home, don't close the door. Engage, because this again positions Barbados in a stronger footing to be able to make the kind of legislation and create the kind of policies that make life far more meaningful and impactful for each and every one of us. And so our voice is required in this instance. Our voice is important, and I don't want you to shy away from this opportunity to do the survey. For those abroad, you talk about engagement there now. Let's talk a little bit about how they can get involved in this survey.
Once the survey is launched, we're going to be publishing the link so that you can complete the survey online. You will be getting it via Facebook. The Government Information Service will be sending it out and sharing it with as many people as possible so that we can get those responses in. Of course, you have to identify that you are Barbadian and that where you are, because we want to know as well, if you don't live in Barbados, if you live in the US, if you live in the UK, what are their perspectives on human rights back here in Barbados? And I want to stress one other component, and that is the confidentiality. We want people to understand we aren't tracking who you are. We don't need your email address. We don't want your name. We want people to answer openly and honestly. So your privacy matters.
Yeah.
It is important to us because we want people to understand that we promote rights and respect, and we coexist. And because those two things are so important and they coexist, we want you to understand that we don't need to know that John Brown feels that so-and-so and such has violated his or other people's human rights. We're more interested in the fact that a 21-year-old male living in St. John is of this view, that a 92-year-old female has seen this happen. That's what we want to know. We're not interested in your name or identifying you in any way. And the survey data is not going to be used for anything other than matters related to the Human Rights Commission.
That's very comforting indeed. Most Honorable Carrie-Ann Eiffel, Human Rights Commissioner, I want to thank you. And in thank you, I want to encourage everyone, whether you live here on island or a Barbadian living in the smallest, most remote space, keep track and engage in the survey. We want to hear from you. And this survey is designed, as I said before, to influence policy and legislation, meaningful policy and legislation, as it relates to protecting human rights. But our understanding of what you are experiencing and our understanding of what you feel, our understanding of what you know or do not know, helps us to be able to shape those policies and legislation. So your engagement in the exercise is absolutely important and much, much needed indeed. It's private and confidential. No one will note that it was said by Pearson. All they want to know is what was said. And so you are free to engage and say what you want to say. Don't use this as an opportunity to punish your neighbor. That's not what this is about at all. It's about understanding beneath all that to say what really is impacting human rights and people's access to human rights in Barbados or respect of human rights. And so we want to encourage you to engage in this survey, which starts on the 5th or 1st?
5th of June?
The 5th of June, and runs for about 15 days. It's
yes.
the 20th of June, and so we want to encourage you to use your time wisely and share openly from that perspective as well. We want to thank you so much, Commissioner.
Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. Most Honorable Carrie-Ann Eiffel, Human Rights Commissioner, first of its kind. She leads a Human Rights Commission in Barbados that has the air of government, and so she's part of the process of implementing policy and legislation. But we help in that process as well through this survey that launches on the 5th. Those of you abroad, thank you for watching, but we want to share the news as well, so keep track of what's going on, listen out for how, and then you participate as well. And we thank you for doing so. Morning Barbados takes a break right here. We're coming back in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
This is where Barbadian football lives. Every Monday from 8:03 p.m., step onto the touchline. A 30-minute show featuring the BFA Premier League. Join Anmar Goodrich Boyce and Damien Best as they review the action, the goals, the grit, the glory, and the stories shaping the league. From kickoff to the final whistle, this is your front row seat to Monday Night Football. Touchline, bringing you closer to the BFA Premier League. See you on the Touchline, live on TV8.
Touchline, sponsored by Dasani. Live first, Dasani after. And Powerade. Pause is power.
Preserve your personal priceless memories. Here at CBC, we transfer VHS, DVDs, Beta, U-matic, and DV-Cam tapes to modern digital formats. Safely, quickly, and affordably. Call CBC on 467-5437 to get...
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
24 past the hour of 6 o'clock now on this Thursday morning. We are still in the month of May. That means we're still in Child Month. And so everything and anything that impacts our children takes focus this particular month. Part of which is their mental health, how they manage their mental health, what concerns you as the parent, the caregiver, as well about how our children are managing through the changing scenes of life. Life unfolds, and we tend to think it's only the adults who experience life, but the children also experience life, in some instances, a little differently from how we experience it as well. And so, a psychiatrist, Dr. Sherry-Ann Catwell, joins us now. She's a psychiatrist of the QEH, but she also lives in Canada. She practices there as well. Good morning to you, Dr. Catwell.
Good morning, Pearson. How are you?
I'm doing well. How do you do?
I'm fine also. I'm good.
Question for you, just the way we started, how are you doing? Is that something you think generally people should ask of others as well as we begin to delve into why people feel the way they feel about mental health?
Yes, I think it's a very important question, and you can learn a lot from that simple question. So it's always good to check in on how people are doing.
But to learn a lot, you have to have open ears, open hearts, open minds to see and listen as well. How do you feel about how generally people communicate with other people and how that lack thereof, if that's how you see it, affects their general mental health?
Yeah, so communication is key. Is key to in order to have effective socialization. I find sometimes we need to be approachable. So having a smile, having a good demeanor, engaging, having good eye contact, those are all important facets of communication. And simple questions like how are you doing, especially if you have like children or you work with children, checking in on them, asking them how they're feeling, that goes a long way. And you also need to be receptive. So listening, providing a listening ear, that is really important in terms of helping and recognizing any concerns or challenges that people may be struggling with emotionally.
When we use the word children, sometimes we get stuck in the toddler stage, but children are the minors of society, generally up until 18 or so. And so they go through the whole range of children with different personalities and different life experiences as well that we need to tackle when we come to managing and understanding their mental capacity. So let's talk a little bit about that and how we begin to really understand what each segment of that developmental stage is experiencing. Where do I start?
Yeah. So as you know, children go through different developmental stages, as you rightfully said, and sometimes, and you know your child best. We know that at certain ages, they have certain behaviors which are more common, you know, between the ages of 0 to 2. They might not be able to communicate by speaking, but based on how they interact, based on how they smile, you know that they're engaging, and you can tell if they're happy, you know, we know based on their emotions how they're feeling. As you get older, children are basically able to verbalize how they feel. And sometimes even as adults or in the adolescent stage, you know, when they're like as a teenager, they may have difficulty expressing how they feel. Because sometimes persons don't feel comfortable communicating, but you need to meet your children at the level that they're at. And persons communicate via different ways. What I would say is that sometimes you may have a child that may not communicate by talking a lot, but you could see how they are. They can express how they're feeling. Sometimes they may be more withdrawn. They may look a little sad. And we know that they may be struggling with something. So communication and your emotions and how you express them, it varies based on the time span or your age, but everyone communicates differently.
Including genders. I mean, the girls are a little bit more talkative, the boys will definitely clam up. And so to be able to understand all of that, you know, is you're being able to pick up the cues and the clues when your child is experiencing something that is causing them concern. And sometimes boys tend to think, men, the male gender, tend to think, you know, I can fix this myself. I'm going to fix this myself. The female gender tends to think, I want to have community to help me fix this. And we get lost in our own confusion as a caregiver, understanding why. Why is he, and I'll deal with him because oftentimes you hear the statistics in the news, is the male who one either resorted to hanging himself or taking some other action. And how is it that we begin to understand the changes in the young man or young boy to young man so that we are able to see how he's coping with his mental health? He's not talking.
And it varies in societies. In some societies, when men talk about how they feel, you know, sometimes the persons assume or think that they're weak. So what I found is that a lot of young boys and males in general, when you basically ask them how they feel, they're like, I good man, I cool, right? And sometimes they may minimize what they're experiencing. And then there's the other aspect whereby some boys, like teenagers, sometimes they may present as being really aggressive or, you know, angry. Sometimes they may be struggling and they don't know how to express how they're feeling in a adaptive way. So when I see persons being like really aggressive and angry or withdrawn or not really wanting to communicate, I try to delve in more to see how can I best provide support versus thinking, oh my gosh, this person is bad behaved, you know, they don't want to talk. Yeah, so I think we need to be more open about the different ways persons may present when they're experiencing any emotional difficulties or challenges.
And then as the caregiver, we ask ourselves, geez, what to do? One, I don't want to even admit that he has a mental health challenge because that becomes stigma. I can't say it like that. And so therefore we do nothing because we don't want to say it like that. So what, and because the circumstances sometimes in which one lives, you know, they can be so violent. So talk to us a little bit as a caregiver. How do we begin to, one, deal with self while we manage this process with our loved one? And then how do we begin to accept what is going on and to take the next step?
Yeah. So basically, children and adolescents and youth in general, they thrive in environments where they feel safe, where they feel supported, listened to, and loved. So sometimes we just need to sit back and be there for them, being there, being present. I know sometimes we might be at home with our kids and we might be on our phone, we might be doing our work, and when the kids come around, you know, touch you, play with you, we fight them off and say, you know, stop confusing me. Sometimes just being there and engaging with them, playing with them, being down to their level, that goes a long way. And also, we need to create spaces where the children feel comfortable expressing their emotions. I know after a long day of work, you see, like, Pearson, you have me up early this morning. When I go back home, you know, I'm going to be frustrated. So when my 3 children come, you know, to ask me, Mommy, how are you? I might be a bit rough with them. I might snap at them, you know, don't confuse me. So we need to check ourselves as adults because how we communicate with children and how we engage with them determines how they too engage with us and communicate with us. So we need to be in check with how our mental health is and how we respond so that we would be able to create spaces where they feel comfortable expressing their emotions and communicating with us.
I can't dispute that. You're well trained, but you've also worked with sick kids. I don't. That's the title of an institution. Talk to me a little bit about, from that experience, and the levels of intervention, the kinds and the types of intervention that you think we lack in Barbados, first of all, or are we doing them in Barbados to begin with in the first place? What are some of those interventions?
Okay, so basically, yes, I am at the hospital for sick children, which we call Sick Kids Hospital in Canada, and I'm pursuing my fellowship in child and adolescent psychiatry. So in Barbados, I'm a general adult psychiatrist. So now I'm receiving specialized training in dealing with mental health and behavioral and emotional issues in children and adolescents. The aim is to bring back some expertise to help with the mental health and the child and adolescent population in Barbados. What I would say is that they have certain strengths up here, which I found that we do not, certain techniques that they use in Barbados. So basically, when I'm practicing, when I'm seeing the children here, we usually sit down on the floor. So when I came here, I had to get accustomed to sitting down on the floor, playing with the children while I'm conducting my assessments or doing my interviews with them. And many times I have to be jumping up, skipping with them, making it children's friendly. So these are things that now I have to get accustomed to doing when I'm at work in Barbados. And basically probably try to alter the way how my office is set up at the hospital to make it more children friendly. All right?
To become a whole lot, because it's often in play that you hear and learn so much more, so much, and it's not a gimmick that is used to make the child more comfortable. It is actually a tool and technique that is actually used to help aid communication challenges, and so that's what you seek to do. And I'm happy about the fact that you're able to do it so well there, and then to be able to come back and do it so well here as well. What concerns you generally, though, about the different ways that our children are acting out their challenges with managing their mental health?
Yeah. What I would say is that within the last couple of years, I have seen a lot more children and youth presenting with self-harm and suicidal behaviors. And that is really concerning for me. And most times these manifestations occur when these young people are struggling with emotional challenges and also low self-esteem. And sometimes they don't feel heard. Many times when they present with these type of symptoms, the first thing they say is that they feel as if they have no one to talk to.
Wow.
And they live in a household with their parents, with their siblings, sometimes with their aunts and uncles. They go to school, but they cannot identify one trusted adult that they can sit down and talk to, and that they believe they would not be judged when they're expressing how they feel. That has been very concerning for me.
And then you ask yourself as an adult now, when I was growing up, I never felt that way. So what changed? And you wonder what changed. What sense do you get has changed and shifted sufficiently to cause the child now have those kinds of feelings?
You see, personally, I think we need to check ourselves also. You know, we usually say as adults, oh, this never happened, I never went through this. But looking back, you know, as a child, you know, we knew our role as a child. We knew not to approach adults with certain conversations, right? What I would say is that now the children are more vocal, right? With the advent of social media, children have been communicating how they feel and expressing how they feel through text messages, videos. So this is why it comes, you could see what they're experiencing in public.
Right.
But I wouldn't say that we weren't struggling with these same type of issues before. But yes, I know with social media, everything appears to be more in the open.
Oh boy, oh boy. Nonetheless, we love them still. We want to take care of them. We want to give the very best opportunity to them. And so sometimes parents, the best opportunity you can give to your child is to have the intervention of the psychiatrist. Be honest enough, be confident enough, be caring enough, to be so focused enough that all you want is the best outcome for your child, and engage them with the psychiatrist as soon as possible. Don't worry about the stigma and everything that you believe that others might have about this, because you might very well be wrong as it relates to how others back in society will be happy to reintegrate you. So don't worry about it. Just make sure your child is A-okay. Listen by using your ears and your eyes. Engage more so you have a greater and deeper understanding of just how they feel by the way they express. And then when you have all of that picture together and you're still concerned, reach out to your psychiatrist. There's great talent, many people across the island who are open to be able to engage with you and your child, that together we can all have a happy outcome. Thank you so much, Dr. Catwell, for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. And you have a good day. Thank you too. Morning Barbados takes a break here. We're back with more in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Preserve your personal priceless memories. Here at CBC, we transfer VHS, DVDs, Beta, U-matic, and DV cam tapes to modern digital formats. Safely, quickly, and affordably. Call CBC on 467-5437 to get started. In just 2 weeks, your memories will be ready to relive and share again.
Are you ready to turn it all the way up? We make you feel good. Your #1 party station. Non-stop hits and the latest trends in music, fashion, and everything lit. Hit us up on socials at 981 Barbados on IG and 98.1 The One on Facebook. This is your world, your playlist, your station. 98.1 The One.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados will love.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning
We're 20 minutes now to go to 7 o'clock. There's an art exhibition and competition coming up very, very soon that challenges all of us to disrupt all that we've seen, all that we've known, and re-engage it in a different way that tells the other, perhaps more truthful side of the story. And to get beneath the art exhibition of what we need to do to be a part of it is Anissa Wood, who is a program associate with Heritage Connection Incorporated.
Yes.
It's a mouthful, but what is Heritage? Good morning, by the way, first of all.
Hi, good morning. How are you doing today?
I'm well today. Thank you for asking. And how are you doing?
I'm well, thank you.
Good. So tell me about the organization.
No problem. We're a non-profit organization that started in 2018. Our vision is really to illuminating the past for a brighter future. And we're really working towards creating connections between people and their history, to strengthen an understanding of our history, and creating a stronger future.
And so thus this, Drawing Self-Emancipation. I like the title, first of all.
Thank you.
Immediately when I saw it, I kept thinking Drawing Self-Emancipation meant that I'm reshaping the images that I had planted in my head about who I am, self. And so Bob Marley's song came to my mind immediately.
Okay.
Did it come to yours as well? Is that the thinking? Emancipate yourself from mental
That
slavery?
is true. I get where you're coming from. And then most persons, when they think of emancipation, especially from the period of the 1800s, they think of maybe rebellion,
Yes.
the bus rebellion that happened in Barbados, or they think of the emancipation that the British allowed for the enslaved persons to have. That's 1834, I think. But for this particular competition, we're thinking of self-emancipation, persons that acted with agency to achieve their own freedom without waiting for someone else to give it to them. That is
So we're telling their story.
Yes, we are.
Based upon what we saw before, and try to imagine for just a moment what they were thinking at the same time. So do I create a character or do I pull a character from history? How do I do this?
So we're pulling a character from history. We do have access to historical records. So we're working with newspapers, for example, the Barbados Mercury and Gazette and the Barbadian. And those newspapers had advertisements of individuals. You actually learn of their names, for example, Will, Phoeba. And we learn of their ages. They could have been 50 years old, 21 years old, and what they looked like, particular trades they may have had. So they could have been coopers, fiddlers, barbers, and tailors. And these persons within these ads, they're being described as persons that have left or absented themselves from the plantations that they were enslaved, and essentially tried to create a life for themselves. So we're asking participants to imagine what life that was. Imagine the futures that they wanted to create for themselves, and therefore acted and went about creating that for themselves. Yeah.
Using all within and all without to be able to challenge the system.
Exactly.
And while it might look on the site, on the first view of it, or what people wrote about it suggested something else, just think for just a moment that, I keep thinking of Negro spirituals, wade in the water.
Yes.
Wade in the water. Deep river. All the messages that were told that people thought were subjugated. But these were strong, independent people who had a message and a reason and a purpose.
Exactly.
That's the image that we want to see come through in this art competition now, the other side of that story. And so how can people, what ages are you asking to engage in this competition?
Well, this is a youth competition. So you're looking at persons between the ages of 16 to 25, those individuals that are really starting their artistic career and developing it. So we're reaching out to them and saying, well, there are these other references and sources that you can use as inspiration. We want you to engage in the historical narrative and documentary heritage as an alternative reference point for their creativity. And also we're offering the opportunity to be exhibited, to have that experience, to have your work showcased to the public within this competition.
I think this is going to be so interesting. So if you're 16 to 25 in Barbados and you have all within to be able to tell the story from the other side, the other narrative, the positive narratives, let's see what you can do. But do your research. And I don't have to tell you that. You're an artist. Do your research and let's see whose character story you want to tell. Are they restricted to the type of media with which they work and present their positions?
That's a very good question. We're focusing on two-dimensional artwork, but the medium that you use to create the artwork is very much open. So it can be digital, it could be painting, it could be drawing, charcoal, pencil, whichever medium that you choose to use to create the two-dimensional art piece, we're open to that. We do have restrictions for sizes, and all this information is available on our website, heritage.org, and on our social media as well, which is Heritage Connection.
I want you to spell that word because it's different.
It is. It sounds like heritage,
Yes.
but it's not heritage. It is HERITEDGE.
Right. All the while we're talking, I put the screen on your TV, folks. Look at your TV. At the top of it, top right, left hand, you'll see how heritage is spelt. So that's where you go. It's a competition and an exhibition for young creatives between 16 and 25. We want you to disrupt the narrative which was set about who we are as a people. And we want you to recreate that narrative through your art. And indeed, using the media which we just shared with you. But what are the timelines for this competition, by the way?
Yes. Well, we've been promoting this since the beginning of May, and submissions actually open June 1st. That's next week, Monday.
Yes.
And the deadline for submissions will be the 30th of June.
So you have a whole month.
We have a whole month. Yes. From there, we go into judging, and then we'll be announcing the shortlisted artists who will be exhibited. And we're looking to have the exhibition in August, around mid-August, at the Gallery of Caribbean Arts. And all of this is supported by the Gallery of Caribbean Arts, but also the Office of Pan-African Affairs and Heritage within the Prime Minister's office, and also National Library Service. So actually, with submissions, you can submit your artwork at the headquarters of the National Library Service.
Okay, so good. So I can deliver it there.
Yes.
If it's physical, if it's digital.
Well, for the digital art pieces, what we're asking persons is to have it printed.
Oh.
Yes, as a physical art piece, so that we can have it judged and also have it displayed within the exhibition.
This is fantastic. This is really, did they do this in my age? But nonetheless, it's an opportunity open to all of our children, the young people, 16 to 25. They're not children anymore, 16 to 25. What's the competition? What's the reward of the competition?
Well, we have a range of prizes for the participants, and we're going to divide it in two groups. So there's 16 to 19 as the first group. There's going to be a first, second, and third prize. And then for the 20 to 25 group, there's also going to be the first, second, and third prize. And the details of the awards will be announced within the submission period.
Fantastic. This is brilliant. So, drawing self-emancipation, thinking of a character from history based upon. Is it left to the individual to go to where you have all of this information, or can they search for themselves and find a character?
Very good question. So what we've done, we've made available a resource document that provides a listing of about 20 or 21 advertisements that they can use as a reference point. But they can also go to another website called DLOC that has the digitized images of advertisements from those newspapers. Actually, as the Heritage, we were the organization that collaborated with the Archives Department for digitizing those records and having them available online via DLOC.
Oh. Yes. HeritageConnection.com is the website to go. That's where you can get a good one place for all the resources you need to begin to shape your view again and see the stories. Tell them as you know it, as you feel it, as the spirit leads you, because there is a story to every story that you read, indeed, from that resource space, indeed. And so I want to get into the skin, to the heart, to the mind, to the energy of the characters about which you read, using those advertisements, and just for a moment reflect on the time and the space and the emotions around that moment. And then you tell me, or tell us, through your art submission, how you saw it from the perspective of the individual who was in the midst of that story. This is going to be interesting. Remember, you have until the end of June to get your entry in, and good luck to every one of you. Thank you so very much for this, Anissa.
Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. Anissa Wood, a program associate with Heritage Edge Connection, and they're encouraging you to be a part of this competition in how we tell our story through our lived experiences, knowing who we are as a people. And it's important because we are within the season of emancipation to begin to, again, to understand self and understand our community. Morning Barbados takes a break right here. We'll be back in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb.
Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
The Division of Youth Affairs is coming to our community very, very, very near to you. As a matter of fact, on Saturday, they're moving into St. Michael. And so we want to know why, what will they be doing while there? And these two people who are joining me now know best, I believe, about what's happening on that moment of time in your life on Saturday. So joining me is Kamari Critchlow, who is a Youth Commissioner for St. Michael West. And with him is Claire Garnes, the Recruitment Officer with the Barbados Youth Advance Corps. Good morning, both of you.
Good morning.
We're coming into your neck of the wood, Kamari.
Yes, please.
St. Michael, where exactly on Saturday?
So on Saturday we'll be at Passage Road Pavilion, Infinite Pavilion, from 9 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. And then we're moving on to Deacon's Farm, opposite the Harcourt.
What do you expect to happen at each of those stops?
So at each of those stops we will be introducing the programs through the Division of Youth and Culture, along with the actual setups we have for the youth. You know, talk about different programs, how you can enroll and also engage with the communities as well.
So generally you're approaching the young people. You want the young people to show up because what you're delivering is something really fantastic.
It really is. A lot of opportunities, the ability to enroll in different programs you didn't get a chance to. Also to understand community and needs assessments within those communities as well.
For you to be able to understand those
correct
needs.
And for them to understand where they could come and get some help as well.
Part of which is the Barbados Youth Advance Corps. And so let's talk a little about this, Claire. What does that program offer?
Well, the Barbados Youth Advance Corps is a 2-year program that focuses on personal development. We're able to assist them with their academics in terms of their CSET, or if they want to go on to further tertiary training, and also job attachment work experience that are all built into the program.
So as you move around and you go into the respective communities in the respective parishes, this is what the story that you're bringing.
Yes.
That we can help you on a 2-year course to really elevate you, to let you know you're not, I'll use the word that Bajans like to do, dumb. You actually have capacity, and that the program helps you to be able to develop that capacity in that way.
Yes.
But as the recruitment officer into the program, what should I come with? Or on Saturday, you will be telling me that on Saturday?
Well, on Saturday, we are really going to go to the homes. We're going into the community. So we're going to do our walkthrough. We're going to interact and engage with the residents within those communities and share information on the programs. I'm sure many householders may have young people between 16 to 20 who are eligible to join the program. So we're going to be very intimate on Saturday with the residents.
So you're doing the walking through.
Yeah.
What Kamari is doing is I'll sit at these spaces and I'll engage with you there.
Yeah.
So there are two different ways in which you're engaging with your community, the young people of the community. And when we talk about young people, what ages generally, Kamari, are you?
So we roughly go from 16 to 35.
Okay.
And you mentioned a part there, a lot of us like to think that we're dumb, so we don't ask questions, we don't let it come up, we don't let it engage. But this program, or this outreach, I should say, that we are offering is to ensure that these persons understand that there are no dumb questions on the table.
That's right.
And there are no dumb people within Barbados or within the world. It's to come out, understand where you can receive some help, where you can get back on your foot, and that's where we're here.
Yeah. So I saw at the bottom you have in exclamations, come out, exclamation mark, learn more, exclamation mark, sign up, exclamation mark as well.
Correct.
As we're talking about signing up for the bevy of programs that are being offered by the Division of Youth Affairs. And there are many. There are many in which you can find wholesome activity that bring reward, not just personal reward, but beneficial in terms of money reward as well.
Yes.
So while they're at either the Passage Road in St. Michael from 9 to 11:30 or Deacons from 3
to
o'clock,
5:30.
what other agencies will be joining you?
So you'll see the Youth Entrepreneurship Scheme, which is also within the Division of Youth. What they mainly do is study business, whether in school or outside of school, providing financial support or the national networking support as well. You also have the YDP, which is my Department Youth Development Program. What we'll be doing is assisting those as young as 9 years old up to the age of 35. You want to get into a program, you want to help yourself, better yourself whether it's sporting ways or educational ways. You'll see the Block Transformation Unit. They assist people, from the blocks or within communities that feel that the light is not being shined on them. Let me talk to you guys. Let me understand where you're coming from, what you want to do as a person, and see how best we can outreach to you guys as well. There are certain things like the build-up in regards to the programs. So, for instance, you might got something specific within your community that you need. Come down, talk to us, let us know what you would like happen, and we could build projects around that as well.
There's a digital media class, I'm told. You know about it.
Correct.
Talk to me
and
about
I love it. Right? Because I feel that film is one of the biggest things nowadays. A lot of us use the phone, Instagram, Facebook, whatever the case may be. And that is the money maker right now, Pearson. That is the money maker right now.
I'm no too old for the program.
No, you're not.
Definitely not.
No, you're not.
Go ahead.
Right? Well, there is an age cap. We also do community-based programs as well. So we can fit you in there, Pearson. That's okay.
You're right, because I'm only 30.
I ain't got you covered.
So tell me a little bit, because it's on your screen, by the way, folks, as you watch as well. You remember you learn script writing, camera operations, sound capture, editing, and a whole lot more. And this starts on the 1st. So you really can't dilly-dally on this one.
Correct.
You need to register NOW now. So just screenshot it if you want to screenshot it now and follow through on the details that you need to do. All of this, as you go into the communities, parish by parish, is what you're going to be sharing?
Correct. So, it may look like a lot of work on hand. It's actually fun because we want to touch different aspects of persons. We're going to meet different people as well, different personalities, different outreaches.
Right.
So my aim is to ensure we are touching all over the communities and gathering everyone.
It's going to work. It's going to work. And so, Claire, we look for you in this shirt that you're wearing is what your officers, as you walk through the communities, will be wearing generally?
Definitely. This is our uniform. And we are doing outreach during this period because we're enrolling for our cohort 9, our upcoming cohort. And so we have set out on a series of outreaches. And Saturday will be one with our ministry, with the Division of Youth. But on tomorrow, we have an outreach at the Granville Williams Terminal from 12 till 4. So persons can come up and sign up and engage with our staff there. On June 6th, we're going to be at Massey Sunset Crest. We are going around.
Saturday.
We are moving around, and it's going to be from 12 to 4 again. So we encourage persons to come out there as well. And also on the 27th of June, we are going to be at the Spikestown Bus Terminal.
Thank you.
From 10:30.
Coming to my side of the island. Thank you.
Yes, please. So we are touching all over. We want the young people to enroll in our program. We have a very valuable program that would help them, as they transition into adulthood. And we encourage them to come out, sign up, and engage with us.
So if you have a teenager at home and you're saying, I don't have anything for him to do. He's tried so hard, he can't find anything at all. Oh, there are many programs in the Division of Youth that can actually help you. The Youth Advanced Score is one. It's a 2-year program. You come out certificated, as Ms. Bouquet would say. And so at the end of it, indeed, they have something that they can show that they've achieved. And that's what we want to be able to empower our young people to feel, a sense of achievement. And so all of these programs are designed in that way. Get to know more this Saturday in St. Michael at the Passage Road, the Pavilion at Passage Road from 9 o'clock in the morning, and then later on in the afternoon they're going to Deacons for 3 o'clock, and you can expect to learn about the programs, the training opportunities. You can register on site, you can have live music and entertainment, and of course look out for the folks from the Barbados Advanced Score coming to your house as well, who will be engaging with you and your youngsters personally to give them every reason why they should sign up to be a part of the Advanced Score as well. So all good reasons. So it's lovely. And on Saturday,
Friday,
there's, I'm told, listen, I'm receiving information as we speak. This is live TV. As we speak, on Saturday, and you've seen them do this before, the brilliance of the youngsters of the Advanced Score, the Barbados Youth Advanced Score, they're doing a drill. It is going to be spectacular. Where and when?
First class. It's going to be on Deacons.
In Deacons itself?
Yes. Our trainees have been practicing, they've been rehearsing, and they're going to give their best. It's going to be a spectacular event.
They are so good. They are so good. We see them in our ceremonial parades and so, but they are brilliant. Sharp, spectacular is the word I use. Where in Deacons exactly, though?
On the hard court.
On the hard court. Usually hard court. Know where that is. The hard courts of Deacons, indeed. So we have to come. We have to come out, folks. Bring the youngsters. Let the children, let the teenagers, all of you. We're looking for you, Barbados. If you feel youthful, show up this Saturday. 2 locations, 2 different times, just to satisfy you. Passage Road in the morning, and then in the afternoon in Deacons by the hard court. And of course, look out for the Youth Advanced Score team for roving the area as well. And sign up. We encourage you to do so. Thank you both of you for joining me this morning.
Thank you for having us.
I wish you well with this activity coming up.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome indeed. Kamari Critchlow, Youth Commissioner for St. Michael West, and Claire Grants, who is the Recruitment Officer for the Youth Advanced Corps, encouraging all of you youngsters to pay attention, learn, know more, and register.
That's correct.
Mornin Barbados is back right after this.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Affair segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb, and together we will travel the world.
This is where Barbadian football lives. Every Monday from 8:03 p.m., step onto the touchline. A 30-minute show featuring the BFA Premier League. Join Anmar Goodrich Boyce and Damien Best as they review the action. The goals, the grit, the glory, and the stories shaping the league. From kickoff to the final whistle, this is your front row seat to Monday Night Football. Touchline, bringing you closer to the BFA Premier League. See you on the touchline, live on TV8.
Touchline, sponsored by Dasani. Live first, Dasani after. And Powerade. Pause is power.
Preserve your personal priceless memories.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Let's look at the news now. Finance Minister Ryan Strawn is painting a sobering picture of the country's economic future, warning that Barbados has no clear path to sustainable growth. Speaking during a breakfast panel discussion at the IDB Invest Sustainable Week at the Wyndham Grand, Minister Strawn said the country's long-term economic ambitions cannot be achieved without private sector involvement. He was addressing attendees under the theme The Fiscal Edge and stressed that achieving sustainable economic growth hinges critically on one main factor: engaging the private sector. Trevor Thorpe was there. He filed this report.
Minister Strawn highlighted the need for collaborative strategies that incentivize private sector investment and innovation, suggesting this is the key ingredient to unlocking economic sustainability. His remarks underscored the challenges facing fiscal policy in balancing growth with sustainability goals in the current economic climate.
In matching some of the opportunities within our climate investment plan right across the region in terms of mobilizing not just the financing, but equally having access to the technologies in a predictable way where we can scale up and deliver for our people is really the key part of the solution for achieving ultimately the development agenda that we want for our people. So the private sector definitely has a role to play in delivering that agenda. And I think that we just have to sit down and prioritize and make the space for not just PPPs, but genuine private sector investment to take place in the region. And I think our climate investment plan is certainly a starting point in relation to achieving that.
The conference brings together key stakeholders from finance, government and industry, and Director of Finance at Credit Agricole CIB, Valentina van der Dees, told the panel they know what the investors are looking for.
Nature bonds or blue bonds, conservancy bonds, all type of colors and shapes and forms. They know what they're looking for and they know who can buy it, what are the prices they're looking for, so they can totally give an idea of what could be doable and possible in a case like Barbados.
Director of Economics at the Caribbean Development Bank, Ian Durant, said macroeconomic stability is the foundation of the ecosystem for investment. He said revenue systems have to be right.
In a small open economy like ours, investment also has to be focused on earning foreign exchange and trade. What that means is that all of our countries, not just Barbados, all of our countries have to be able to create that environment that will allow producers to access global markets at a price that compares with competitors, a quality that is demanded by markets, and a reliability that is consistent with the needs of the market.
The IDB Invest Sustainability Week 26 conference continues tomorrow. Trevor Thorpe, CBC News.
Government is stepping up efforts to curb the over-importation of agricultural food, and it is a major tool that will help it to get the job done. The tool that will be used to help reduce the $80 to $100 million kilograms of primary produce annually is the Barbados Agricultural Statistics Platform. It is a collaborative effort between the Ministry of Agriculture and the BADMC. Minister of Agriculture, Dr. Chantal Munro-Knight, says those who import and distribute produce can no longer say that they do not have relevant information to understand the market. She says, most importantly, they will not be able to say they do not know what is being planted, where and when.
I'm not saying to you that today that rolled out. It's going to happen. I think, as Mr. Innes would have said, we have to be able to work through the security issues, the protocol, and who will have access. But once that is done and we have that data, it means, again, that hotels, restaurants, and others who are now importing X amount of onions and tomatoes and all of that can then see what is happening here locally. And then I'm hoping as well that that will allow them to have a mature response to how we address the issue of food security and how we assure that we make sure that we support our local farming community as well.
The program is designed to improve the national coordination and collection of agricultural data, including crop production statistics, to support more informed decision-making, strengthen food security planning, and enhance the overall management of the agricultural sector. Acting Chief Executive Officer of the BADMC, Frederick Innes, says that the information system will also help to manage gluts and shortages.
From our perspective, the reports of gluts, the shortages that have occurred, are a direct result of absence of information. No one having a complete idea of what is being grown and when it's being grown, resulting in everyone turn up at the same time or no one turn up at all. So very much it is intended to be a response to that and a planning tool to actually avoid it. I mentioned the escalation program that has been discussed. That is one of the direct responses as well, working to actually work with farmers to actually plan their production with a sense of when the market will require it, what is the scale that's being required, and actually helping them to fit into that schedule.
Prime Minister Miama Motley is joining Barbadians to celebrate Lisa Wade, a daughter of the soil whose excellence has carried her to the highest levels of global leadership. Motley said in a message posted on her social media page that Wade's nomination to become the next president-elect of the International Actuarial Association is historic, not only for Barbados but for the region. She says it places one of our own on the path to lead a global profession body representing actuaries across more than 115 countries. To sports now, Captain Hayley Matthews has laid down a bold marker ahead of the West Indies Women's T20 International Tri-Series, declaring that the Caribbean side is determined to win all 4 matches as they fine-tune preparations for the upcoming Women's ICC T20 World Cup. The Windies women will open their campaign this morning against host Ireland in Dublin in the tournament that features Pakistan. Speaking ahead of that opener, Matthews says that sweeping the series will provide the team with the ideal confidence boost before the start of the World Cup on the 12th of June.
The Tri-Series is going to be very important, obviously with the World Cup coming up in just about a week or two now. This is obviously going to be a great tell for where we're at as a team, but I think also to make sure that we're getting the combinations right as a group and going into the World Cup knowing exactly what plans we want to have in place. Success for us probably is pretty clear coming into a series like this. And I guess playing against 2 teams that we're ranked higher than in the T20 rankings, yeah, we probably want to go there and win all the matches. And I think that's going to be the real goal for us this series. Yeah, I guess that puts us in a position where if we do win those matches, we certainly feel like we're in really good stead going into the World Cup.
Well, the West Indies will play Ireland this morning at 11. That's our look at news and sports. More news and sports coming up at 12 noon right here on TV8. Morning Barbados is back right after this.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Preserve your personal priceless memories. Here at CBC, we transfer VHS, DVDs, Beta, U-matic and DV cam tapes to modern digital formats. Safely, quickly and affordably. Call CBC on 467-5437 to get started. In just 2 weeks, your memories will be ready to relive and share again.
Are you ready to turn it all the way up? We make you feel good, your #1 party station. Non-stop hits and the latest trends in music, fashion, and everything lit. Hit us up on socials at 981 Barbados on IG and 98.1 The One on Facebook. This is your world, your playlist, your station. 98.1 The One.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Affairs segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb, and together we will travel the world.
This is where Barbadian football lives. Every Monday from 8:03 p.m., step onto the touchline. A 30-minute show featuring
13.5 minutes now after 7 o'clock. Oh, do we celebrate our exceptional young people indeed. And you know, they travel on our behalf, they go off to represent us. But when they come out winners, you know we are there for them even more so. And so this morning, we're excited to have some of the members of the winning under-19 volleyball team back from the Canada indeed. And so their coach is with me, Elwin Oxley. Good morning, Elwin.
Hi, good morning.
Good to see you again.
Thank you.
You brought along some of your winners with you, man?
Yes, I did.
First of all, how was it in the tournament, the North Seco tournament?
Well, to be honest, it was very challenging. There are a lot of things a lot of hurdles that we had to cross. I can safely say that this was the most challenging tournament since I've been coaching that I had experience. I will start with the CXCs. As you will know, this is CXC time, and all these young gentlemen had CXCs to do well in Canada. So before I forget, I want to thank the Ministry of Education for making it possible for these young gentlemen to do their CXCs well in Canada, representing our nation.
Wow.
We had an exceptional manager in Valmir Seven who did a tremendous job. Even before we leave here, you know, she was up and down trying to make sure that everything was pinpoint to the exact to make sure that these guys did the CXC. Also, we want to thank the Barbados Volleyball Association in collaborating with the same Ministry of Education to make it possible. As I said, we had a lot of hurdles to cross. While in Canada, we never got the opportunity to practice as a team.
Really?
Yes, we never, while the other teams got all that opportunity to practice as a team daily, we never got to practice as a team, as a unit. And this is because of the very same CXCs. Because the practice slots that were given to us, we had 4 and 5 guys at a time going off to doing exams.
Wow.
But
that didn't deter you all at all. You still performed handsomely.
No, it didn't deter. It was a really mental challenge for these young gentlemen, because another hurdle we had to cross is that where other teams were resting, preparing for the next day's practice and competition, these boys were up studying. So these guys were up like 1 and 2 o'clock in the morning, having to get up for 7 o'clock for breakfast. Well, 6 o'clock, you know, after shower and stuff, prepare themselves to go down for a 7 o'clock practice. So we had guys doing exams in the morning and in the afternoon too, and then with little rest, having to come to compete for evening games. So it was really challenging, but you know, they did well, and honestly, as a coach, I couldn't ask for more.
Asking for more is not what Barbados is asking for. We love your determination indeed. And so, Pierre, you're the captain.
Yes, please.
How was it for you, captaining your team?
It was a great experience for me, especially since this is my first year at under-19. And I would say, like, we performed as well as we could, but I believe that we could do better. And it was also a great tour. Had a great experience, and it was also a good experience to like experience new things, different weather. It was very cold.
It's Canada.
Yeah.
But overall, you're satisfied with how the team overall performed
as
a captain. And for you, it was your first time in the under-19 tournament, and so volleyball must mean a lot to you.
It does.
What does it mean?
it means like my whole life to me. I've been playing from since I was like 10, 11.
Wow.
Started playing on the beach with my father and auntie. Used to go on the beach like 5 days a week and just play volleyball. So I basically grew up in volleyball.
Well done, young man. And so you, Enrico, now here it is. Is this your first time in under 19 as well?
Yes, it's my first tour.
Your first tour?
Yes, please.
So what did you learn from this tour?
A lot. I learned that there are different levels of volleyball. Going to Canada, seeing different boys playing volleyball, it really taught me that I could actually go and play at a professional level.
You can?
My potential.
How tall are you?
6'5".
I am so upset. I feel short and stumpy when compared to you. What position on the field team do you play?
My primary position is setter, but I also play different positions. I play outside, I play opposite, and I also play middle.
So which team was most challenging to you in the competition?
For me, it was Canada because of the height. They would be a bit difficult.
They were taller than you?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Yes, please.
Somebody's taller than you. So it was a bit more difficult because of the height.
Yes.
And so Barbados was set as a particular disadvantage as a consequence. You know, you can't manufacture tall people.
It's true.
But the skill is what was more important, right?
Yes, please.
And you learned all of that, how to navigate the space and to be able to be a winner at the same time.
Yes, please.
Liam, how was it for you?
It was a great experience. I enjoyed it a lot. I guess the volleyball played a lot faster than it does here, so we had to adjust. Also, the temperature, our bodies are cold. Some of us didn't sweat in the first game.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was harder to breathe, so we just had to adjust and acclimatize.
But then you were told this before you went up to Canada, or?
Yeah.
Okay, so it wasn't quite a big shock.
No.
You knew to experience it. Dominican Republic, you remember that game?
Yes.
What do you remember about that game?
That game, okay, before the game, we all had a talk. We had a session where we spoke about our feelings, where we talk about what we expect to go into the game, and that gave us the drive to go and excel, as we weren't doing as well as we thought we could. It was the last game of the tournament, and we all said, let's go and push, do our best, and we came up with the victory.
There you go. Elvin, you spoke to them sternly.
Of course I did. Of course, you know, I always taught them to, you know, believe in yourself, and it's never over to the last whistle goes, you know. And most of these guys, well, all of these guys had them from a really young age, as you had mentioned. The captain, Pierre Gill, he had mentioned he started from 10, 11, and at 11 years old is when he actually came, when I saw him playing on the same beach he mentioned, actually, and I, you know, introduced myself to who I thought was his mother, but was really his aunt at the time, and I told her who I was, and I needed him to come to youth national trials, and he was with me ever since then. Most of these young guys are 16, 17 now, and they started with me from the ages of 12 and 13 years old. And, you know, they work their way up, so you can understand, Pearson, why I'm so impressed with these young gentlemen.
Yeah, I do. And so there's a lot of future for you, young gentlemen, a lot of future. I have a lot of respect for this man. I told him before and tell him again. He is, for me, one of Barbados' best at volleyball. So to have him as a coach, you should understand how privileged you truly are, gentlemen. He is really, really good. And so, Elvin, to you and your team, what's the next encounter?
Well, the next encounter right now, another thing that we should be impressed with these young gentlemen for is that this is something that we've been doing for years. We've been very victorious at the Kosovo level, which is the Caribbean region. And this is not our first rodeo going to North Seco. We usually have like what we call on the 17 team, which was youth then, but they go over the phase on the 17, on the 19, and work their way up. So we used to have what we call the youth team, and then we have the junior team, which is like 2 years older. We usually have like half of the youth team joining the older guys. So our teams at this age are never a full on a 19 team. We always have like half the team being younger, and that was the case here. We had 6 on the 17 team, on the 17 players, that represented Barbados last year. We won the Caribbean Championships, where they won and beat everybody 3 straight.
I remember.
They qualified and they went to Nicaragua last year. This is on the 70, which they did well. And now to Canada. And as I said, we used 6 of the on the 17 teams to make our on the 19 team. So that's another reason why we should be really impressed with these young gentlemen. Now the next, as you asked, the next stage is July. On the 17 team, we have to go to Guatemala to represent the country. So that, unfortunately, Enrico will not be there because he has aged up from on the 17. But we will have Liam Yerwood and Captain Pierre Gill on that unit to Guatemala in July.
And so you've designed longevity. So there's always enough to help us go,
yes,
go forward.
I always try my best to, when I recruiting the players, to get them like really young where they can play at least 2 youth tournaments. And so that when they get to the under 17, they can play two youth tournaments and graduate with experience under the belt with at least 2 years practice to gravitate into the under 19 team.
Well done. I applaud you.
Thank you.
Elwin, thank you so much. Good to meet you as well. Pierre, Enrico, and Liam, congratulations from a grateful nation for making us so proud of your achievements recently. And so long may it be that you continue to be successful in everything you do. And I hope you get great results from your exams as well. It was tough, but you struggled all the way through. You did it. Thank you. Thank you, Elwin, as well.
You're welcome.
Good. Mornin Barbados is back right after this.
This is where Barbadian football lives. Every Monday from 8:03 p.m., step onto the touchline. A 30-minute show featuring the BFA Premier League. Join Anmar Goodrich Boyce and Damian Best as they review the action. The goals, the grit, the glory, and the stories shaping the league. From kickoff to the final whistle, this is your front row seat to Monday Night Football. Touchline, bringing you closer to the BFA Premier League. See you on the touchline, live on TV8.
Touchline, sponsored by Dasani. Live first, Dasani after. And Powerade. Pause is power.
Preserve your personal priceless memories. Here at CBC, we transfer VHS, DVDs, Beta, U-matic, and DV cam tapes to modern digital formats. Safely, quickly, and affordably. Call CBC on 467-5437 to get started. In just 2 weeks, your memories will be ready to relive and share again.
Are you ready to turn it all the way up? We make you feel good. Your #1 party station. Non-stop hits and the latest trends in music, fashion, and everything lit. Hit us up on socials at 981 Barbados on IG and 98.1 The One on Facebook. This is your world. Your playlist, your station. 98.1, The One.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
27.5 minutes after 7 o'clock now, we turn our attention to the sport of mixed martial arts. We watch it. We get all caught up in the energy of it and the tactics of it as well. You all know we do it here? Did you all know that? We had a super week, as a matter of fact, out of which we had some winners. But we want to get a greater sense of the association that runs this sport on island as well. But with me is one of the fighters in Jaheem Estwick. a man with look at the belt across his shoulder as well, who's already a champion in himself, Nathan Walcott. Nathan and Jahan, good morning.
Morning.
And the Secretary Treasurer of the association is Frederick Field.
Thank you very
good morning.
much.
Good to have you,
Good morning.
gentlemen. Congratulations,
Good to be
first
here.
of all,
Thank
on
you.
this. How was it for you, Jahin?
It was not really difficult in a way.
Really?
Well, when we first started off, it was difficult. Then my coach told me that. My coach told me to get him, so I got him.
So, in getting him, what did you have to do?
Meaning, to get him out of there, whereas to stop him. But it wasn't really under pressure or anything like that. I just knew what I had to go in there and do.
It's mixed martial art.
Yeah.
So, what's mixed in this mixed martial art?
Well, a bunch of other fighting styles. Majority, I mostly do boxing. Little ground and pound work there, but yeah, I mostly focus on boxing though.
Right. So, where do you have ranking, or have you been ranked at all, particularly in the region?
I don't think so as yet. Not as yet.
Who are some of the people you fought against, and from where?
Well, I was a boxer before I became an MMA fighter, so like, well, I ranked in boxing. 1,517. Right. What else?
And you're working on rising in that ranking, right?
Yeah, I work
Caribbean
in that ranking.
Championships. OSCA Championships.
He's the OAC. He was in the OACS.
Gold medalist, gold medalist in Caribbean Championships, and silver medalist because he was in there twice.
Are you holding back? And you are a gold
But this is in
medalist?
boxing, huh? This is in
That's
boxing,
okay.
right? Yeah.
That's what he came with. You have a lot of skills already.
Yeah.
But you know, I see you doing kicking and those kinds. Well,
Yeah.
that's what I see it as. What do you see it as? What's that part of it? Kicking?
Kicking. And
So I'm correct to say that?
Yeah, I guess so. And knees, elbows.
Yeah, a lot of things happen.
The correct word is striking. Rather than be box hitting with your fists, your knees. Yeah, it's all part of striking. There's three aspects: grappling, which is the wrestling type. The striking,
right?
Yeah, and then
So
also the conditioning.
While you're on the air, talk to me about the support generally for the sport here in Barbados. Do you get a lot of people showing up?
Well, this is now a new association we're trying to form. We're trying to build the association. We did get a good following, but we also did a live stream in hopes of reaching the household. And I think we did fairly good for the first. It was a very well attended show. The quality of fights was beautiful. We didn't even know that they had delegates from the Pan Am Games there watching, and which both of these guys were nominated to represent Barbados in the Pan Am Games, September 8th to 13th.
This year?
Yes, please.
Nathan, you're going?
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Nathan will be going to 65 kg. Kringham will be going to 70 as the juniors on the 21.
Okay. You're heavier than he is?
Yes.
Okay. All right, Nathan. So, Nathan, you wear a belt on
Yes,
your
I
shoulder. Talk to me about being a champion, first of all, and what did it take for you to be the champion?
Well, this was attributed to me due to my first round stoppage in the mixed martial arts.
In first round?
First round, yes, by submission.
Yes. So in other words, he said, I had enough. I had enough. No, I had enough. You kicked me too hard. And so he's out of the ring. So you were able to get him out the ring in a very short space of time, in one round.
Yes, please, one round.
And so therefore now you have risen in ranks, I suppose.
Well, I am not sure of my official ranking here in Barbados, but I believe I'm ranked fairly highly.
I believe so too. And so how long have you been doing this sport now too?
Mixed martial arts, I've been doing it roughly 4 or 5 months. Basically from the beginning of this year.
You only just started?
Just started,
Yeah, because the association actually now started. So, but these guys been boxing.
Right.
Yeah.
So our mixed martial arts club is Fields Combat. Like it's Field Combat. My last name is Field, obviously.
Yes.
But Fort Hill Boxing Gym is what they really arise from. Nathan would have been in here earlier because he is a product of the Ohana Associate. You remember him?
Yes.
So he been with me all the way through. We were given the call to join the Mixed Martial Arts Association, which we discussed it, and we said, yeah, we'll give it a try, and we did. Who knew that we would have done so well?
Who would have known? And now off to Panama you go.
Yes.
And so Tell me a little bit of this association generally. What can you tell us about the association?
Well, there are about 10 other gyms that came together to create this new association, BMAF, Barbados Mixed Martial Arts Association, which is a part of GAMA, which is the Global Association of Mixed Martial Arts. The Super Week, the first day of it was about refereeing and judging. So that gave us a little bit of insight on what scoring point, how to score points, what's legal, what's not, that sort of thing. The second day was like a fighters clinic with Gary Morris. He's an international from Ireland. He's the actual
President
he's the president of the official training association out there. So he came, gave us a bit of, well, he's a fighter, one, so he gave us a bit of a gym session. And two, he gave us a lot of insight on what he, as an official, looks for in a good fight, in a clean fight, and what we should work towards. The second to last day was a coaching clinic. So that was more about what the coach has to do to get their fighters ready, the stuff they might need, how you operate in the ring, well, in the cage, and stuff you are allowed and not allowed to do inside and outside. The final day was fight day, and as you see the results of that.
In Tutus, he was out of there. And so, you're happy with your progress so far?
So far, yes.
And how many members are part of the association? One, not just, you've got a number of clubs, but how many people generally are within the association? You have any idea?
Right now, it's about 18 people. Our president is Roland Allen. Well, I'm the treasurer, but we have quite a few people. Hopefully, we get more. It's now been building. We're now trying to actually raise funds and whatnot for what's to come. So, yeah, we have a lot of work ahead of us, but there's a bright light at the end of the tunnel.
So let's go towards that light. So for those who are watching right now who are thinking, my youngsters love it, and they are trying it at home, and they want to be able to learn more about the sport. How can they do so? How can they join? What associations? Join how?
Well, you can get in touch with myself, Frederick Field, at 238-9035, or you can contact our president, Mr. Roland Allen, and he will put you on whatever club. Because it don't make sense if you living in St. Philip, you come in St. Peter to train with me.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That's why you're too far. Okay.
So it will make sense to you to get into the club nearest to you.
Yes.
Because you need to be consistent.
Yes.
Consistency in any sport is the key. So the availability to get in there and from easily and things, those things comes into play. We have very, very good coaches. It doesn't matter which
club you go
to. And as he said, we're now been internationally affiliated, and we know the international rules and standards. We all been to the clinics, and it's on the rise. That's what I could tell you.
Freddie's number is 238-9035. 238-9035. 238-9035. You can call if you have questions about how the sport is played. If you want to understand the level of training or diet the individuals have to be on, the athletes have to be on. So I want to encourage you to call 238-9035. Freddie can help you understand.
On Instagram, we have an Instagram page as well, 4 Hill Boxing.
4 Hill Boxing.
Yeah. So as I said, we started with 4 Hill Boxing, and this is a branch of 4 Hill Boxing.
Right.
So once you get there, you'll get all the information. Email whatever you want from that Instagram.
From there.
Yeah.
And so, my man, you are now a gold medalist in the sport as well. Boxing is your strength. Did you have to work on the other areas of mixed martial arts that you had to beef upon? What are you working on now?
Well, I'm working on kicks. I want to be able to throw more kicks, whereas I'm really good at the striking aspect.
You're good at striking with your boxing, but the kick part is you need to strengthen on.
Yes, please.
Why are you so weak on this kick part?
Well, mostly in boxing is mostly focused on our hands, I guess. So I guess that I will be weak in that aspect. And whereas, well, I don't think I'm weak to my feet, but I think
a bit more
in kicking. Yeah.
So there you go. So football.
Yeah.
Okay. Nathan, what about you? What's your weak point that you need to strengthen?
Well, the hardest part for me was the groundwork. So.
Oh, but he was to get him on the ground. How to keep him on the ground, so to speak.
Well, as I'm a boxer, I was trying to get back on my feet.
Right.
I know my opponent was really good on the ground, so I didn't want to be nowhere in those waters. So my thing was to get out and stand back as fast as possible.
Yeah.
The hardest part for me was trying to stay calm on the ground because I knew the danger. But with guys like Vincent Smith and Sylvan and Jay Jordan, those guys taught me the wrestling, which is the mid part of the groundwork, and then Vincent taught me the grappling. I was able to keep my composure and escape.
So parents watching, you hear the benefits. Composure, strategizing, discipline, understanding, all of that comes from this engagement, this mixed martial art. And so I want to commend each of you on your winning, and all of the other team members as well with it. And Frederick, good job. Great job, as a matter of fact, you're doing with these young men who are looking for avenues, not just explore, but to explode in a positive way. And so, two wonderful examples, everybody. I commend them to you. Winners already in mixed martial arts for this little island of ours, and we celebrate you, gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having us.
Well, thanks. 238-9035. 238-9035. Reach Freddie and let Freddie answer the questions that you may have on this. We're back with more on Morning Barbados in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb, and together we will travel the world.
This is where Barbadian football lives. Every Monday from 8:03 p.m., step onto the touchline. A 30-minute show featuring the BFA Premier League. Join Anmar Goodrich Boyce and Damian Best as they review the action, the goals, the grit, the glory, and the stories shaping the league. From kickoff to the final whistle, this is your front row seat to Monday Night Football. Touchline, bringing you closer to the BFA Premier League. See you on the Touchline, live on TV8.
Touchline, sponsored by Dasani. Live first, Dasani after. And Powerade. Pause is power.
Preserve your personal priceless memories. Here at CBC, we transfer VHS, DVDs, Beta, U-matic, and DV cam tapes to modern digital formats. Safely, quickly, and affordably. Call CBC on 467-5437 to get started. In just 2 weeks, your memories will be ready to relive and share again.
And then you hit the brakes. Her name is Kayla Weeks. We just saw her manning the aircraft as it landed. Where was this landing?
In Moncton, New Brunswick.
In New Brunswick?
Yeah.
And so you saw ahead of you the stretch of runway.
Yeah.
But you saw your playground at the same
Yes.
time. Good morning.
Morning.
Congratulations to
Thank you.
She's earned her wings, ladies and gentlemen. Her name is Kayla Weeks, from Wesley Hall to Queen's College to New Brunswick and now to the skies and the tarmac indeed. And we're celebrating you today. Congratulations, first
Thank
of all.
you.
You're welcome. 21 years old.
Yes.
Now, it wasn't 21 years ago you thought of taking up the aeronautics, but
Just about.
just about indeed. What is it about the skies and aircraft that excited you as a young girl?
I think my parents would take me to the Light Airplane Club or just by the airport from before I was born.
Yes.
And it just became like a passion since then. So being around people that had the same interests and then further on became pilots actually, just here in Barbados, I think the passion grew and grew and grew. And planes are just cool, so why would you not want to try to fly one? So I think that's where it all started.
You know, planes are just cool, different for me. Different for me because I don't mind watching them take off and land or sit on them and fly to somewhere else. But you wanted to take on that challenge in a totally different way.
Yeah.
I want to sit up front as the captain, you were telling yourself. And why?
I think
you
it's
like to be in control.
Yeah.
I know it's going to get you to say it. So you like to be in control. And so having made that decision to do this, gone through Queen's College, you know, the pressure often comes from mommy and daddy is like, what are you going to do with your life, girl? Make up your mind. What was that decision and how easy was that decision for you?
I think it was easy because it's something that I've always wanted to do since I was very, very young. So my mind has been made up since from as long as I can remember. So even just to choosing subjects and knowing like where I wanted to go and what path, it was a no-brainer at that point.
And nobody could change your resolve on that?
No, no matter how hard they try. So it was just a no-brainer, and it was just to really put things in place, you know, do CSAT, do CAPE, and then eventually go on. It was just to actually, you know.
In doing CSEC and CAPE, though, and the subjects you had to determine, what were they? Mostly science-related subjects?
Science. So I did CSEC and CAPE. I did both. I did geography, computer science, and then I did physics as well. And I also did math for CSEC, and yeah.
And those are important to your particular trajectory at the time to achieve your admission into this flight school?
For flight school, not necessarily, but I went the degree route. And even though I went the degree route, and it still helps because my major was surrounded mainly around those topics. So yeah.
But you went to New Brunswick and you did 2 majors.
So I did a degree, and my school has a connection with the flight school. So they offer a 4-year degree program where you can earn a Bachelor of Science or Bachelor of Commerce in aviation, and then you can do minors if you went the science route. You had to do minors. And then you would do flight training for 3 out of the 4 years. So the first year was just strictly university, and then from year 2, 3, and 4, you kind of integrated both university and flight school at the same time.
How did you manage that, all of that?
I still don't know, but I think it's just being disciplined and remembering that you have a goal in mind. So it's just to stay focused, get your stuff done, and then just keep pushing, honestly, yeah.
The first time they told you, okay, your turn now to sit in the aircraft and to man this aircraft, were you nervous?
No, so we did our first solo, and I think it was just exciting, you know, flying a plane by yourself, so I was just ready to just go. I don't think I was nervous because it's always something that I've had in mind. And I also did flight training before COVID started, so it was nothing new for me. It was just exciting to have that experience again and be able to do it by myself. Yeah.
Now, when I take off into the skies, I'm a passenger. I see clouds, I see cabin stewards move around, I watch movies, I do all of those kinds of things. You sit in the cockpit.
Yeah.
What do you see? What's life like for you in that area?
Still clouds. But I don't know. Like, it's just knowing that you're in control and you're actually flying a plane is a lot different than just being behind, because you kind of have that experience of how the pilots in the bigger commercial planes, you know, they have in talking to ATC and following procedures and stuff like that. It's just fun. It's just fun, exciting.
She calls it fun. Okay, it's exciting to you.
Yeah.
But you're right. There are certain procedures you have to follow because it's a very serious responsibility.
Yes.
You hold the lives of people in your hands, literally, as you follow your instructions and follow the navigation. Do you ever feel, while you sit there, a sense of loss? It's like, where am I? Which island is that over there? Do you ever feel that way?
It depends, but we have training areas around our airport where we train every single flight. So as time goes on, you kind of have it memorized as to where you are, like what town that is, what river this is. So it's kind of just a no-brainer. It's kind of, what do you call it, second nature.
Is that important, though, for a pilot to be aware of where they are?
Yeah.
Or just rely simply on the navigational equipment?
Well, for us, we start doing VFR, which is visual flight rules. So we have to fly visually. So we have to look outside, look for landmarks. And that's how we train. And then we integrate into instruments where we look solely inside, which is kind of funny because when you're doing visual, you tend to want to look inside at the instruments.
Yes.
And then when you're doing instruments, you tend to want to look outside because then you get to fly through clouds and stuff like that. So, but yeah, we do both visual and instrument.
I always wonder sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, please fasten your seatbelt. We expect some turbulence ahead. How do you all know?
Turbulence? Well, in the bigger commercial planes, they have like weather radars, and they also talk to people, so they're able to communicate to figure out which routing is best, and if they do encounter turbulence, how best to avoid it and stuff like that. And then for us in our small planes, we kind of just figure it out.
So you've finished your exams.
Yeah.
You are now an accredited pilot.
Yes.
You now have to earn flight hours as well as. It seems so never-ending, but then again, that's the process that she chose to take. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll hear what else she now needs to do to be able to earn her flight hours, and what are her overall goals. Has she reached her optimum altitude yet? Right after this.
Are you ready to turn it all the way up? We make you feel good. Your #1 party station. Non-stop hits and the latest trends in music, fashion, and everything lit. Hit us up on socials at 981 Barbados on IG and 98.1 The One on Facebook. This is your world, your playlist, your station. 98.1 The One.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit.
That must have been the most memorable moment for you, Kayla.
It was.
What was going on? What was happening there?
So after your first solo, you get dunked with water. Luckily for me, that was in April, so it was pretty warm.
Exactly.
But some people do it in December in the brink of winter, where it's pretty cold. Yeah.
So did you get to choose when you took your first flight?
No. You kind of do lessons. We have a certain amount of lessons that build up to that first solo, and then after first solo, more lessons that build up until like flight tests and stuff like that.
Okay, so now you have your wings. You have to put in some flight hours.
Yes.
How do you go about doing that?
So it'll either be you can go the instructing route, or you can find a job at a small company, or you can just go to different flight schools and rent planes to just keep building hours. So it depends.
So what's your decision?
Right now, I'm looking to rent planes to fly just to build hours, as well as keep applying for jobs when I go back to kind of get my hours built. Yeah.
Is there a particular airline or aircraft you have your eyes on that I got to get on that?
Right now, no. I just want to fly anything, honestly, and then work my way up to whatever I can. Yeah. But my favorite airline right now, I would say, is maybe Virgin Atlantic.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know.
You just like the look and the sound of it.
The livery and the aircraft that they have in their fleet, I think,
That should be interesting to pilot. To pilot it. And so perhaps at some point in time you'll get to have your first commercial flight into Barbados as well.
Yes.
And don't forget to invite me here. I want to come in with you.
Front and center.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Where's most dangerous? No, that's not that. Where are you happiest? In the air, on land, or in the sea?
Probably in the air.
Why?
I think just like I said, it's something I wanted to do for so long. So just being there and able to have that opportunity, I think would always be, nothing would ever beat it, honestly,
Have you ever felt claustrophobic? I'm here sitting in the cockpit, there are just clouds all around. I may have, and this is when you're doing your solos in particular, just me, and all of these clouds, and I'm flying. Did you have did that ever dawn on you at any time? It's like, whoa, what am I doing up here?
No, I think because you have so much to do in the flight, there's no time to feel anything. Even if you have 5 minutes to yourself and you're flying solo, more than likely you're just, recording videos or just looking outside, taking in the view. But it's a constant, never-ending.
Look at this one on the screen right now. This is a night flight, a night landing, which is totally different from a daytime landing. You're just hoping that the lights really stay true to what they represent, right?
Yeah.
And so, is it easier for you to land at night or morning or daytime?
Definitely day, because you can see a lot more.
Yeah. So what's the difference here at night versus daytime?
For night, obviously it's darker, so you can't see, you kind of just have to, like the same thing I was saying about the landmarks, you kind of have to switch your landmarks to focus on what you can't see at night. So towns or towers that are lighted. But yeah, night is a much different, besides, you can't see as much as you can during the day.
Yeah. I just hope that the air traffic controllers really guide you safely into land.
Yeah.
Boy, I see people sitting on top. They're doing this with these
marshallers. Yeah.
And you somehow forever I watch the wheel.
Yeah.
And the wheel lines up so perfectly. So you depend on the system to really, really work well to land.
Well, we don't do that at flight training, but the airlines,
Right, but that's what you're doing next. We're going for those big aircrafts next with you, indeed. And so here you are now at 21 years old. 21. You are now a pilot.
Yes.
You have earned your wings. You set that as a target, and at 21 you've ticked it off. That's done. What's next on your trajectory of things to do?
Well, for one, being an airline pilot, which is my main goal, and if not, try to see about cargo or maybe private, but airline pilot. And then besides that, just trying to, inspire other young black females to kind of not let anyone deter them from doing what they want to do in life, and to just remember that you want to do whatever you want to do. You have a goal, no matter how big or how small. Forget what anyone has to say. You're doing it for yourself, and just keep pushing for that goal.
Have you kept contact with your friends from QC?
Some of them, yeah.
Some of them.
But we still interact, on Instagram. We might like each other's story here and there. Yeah.
Does that keep you humble? I see you're wearing your Barbados wristband.
Yeah.
Do you do that all the time?
Yeah.
Really?
I don't really take it off, no.
Why?
I don't know. Sometimes I forget it's there, honestly. But just, I feel like just so people know where I'm from, even if they see it in passing. It's just something I always keep on. Yeah.
It keeps the pilot grounded. Imagine that. It keeps the pilot grounded. And I agree with you. I like the fact that you proudly display from where you are, and I'm sure that opens up conversations all the time.
Sometimes.
What's this about? What's that little symbol on your hand? And you have to explain.
I even have my lanyard for school that had my pass, and it has Barbados plastered all over it. So someone might see it and be like, "Oh, you're from Barbados." I'm like, "Yeah." And then, that strikes the whole conversation. I'm like, "Oh, I'm so jealous." Or like, "Why did you move all over here?"
Lovely. Look at the screen. Look at the screen now. Patricia Ben is saying, "Congratulations to you, Kayla, earning your wings as an accredited pilot. We're so proud of you."
Thank you.
So those are our social media comments. Andy Spring says, "You go, girl. Great Bajan youth making it happen indeed. We can't wait to fly with you. I don't care which airline you go on." Marcia Rock is saying, "Congratulations to Kayla on gaining your wings, flying your first flight." All of that we're looking forward to. Way to go. So you see, you have support all over.
Yes.
And everyone is excited for your career. We are so super proud of you.
Thank you.
So super proud of you. At 21 years old, you've achieved much, and there's much more for you to achieve. I know, given your mother, you shall remain very focused, and you will get it all done because you are so built not to break. Well done.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Her name is Kayla Weeks. She's Tisha Peters' daughter. Her mom. Let's make it easy for you, Eddie. But she is now a pilot. But she's Bajan to the bone. And she went to school at Queen's College and Wesley Hall Primary School as well. So congratulations to her. We love celebrating our achievements of our young people, don't we? Well, that's it for today, everybody. My little crew joins me saying to all of you, have a terrific today. Be the will of the Lord. We will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Barbados, get up. Good morning, Barbados, good morning.